Hi. Hello you guys. So today I'm going to be doing a palette guide with all the palettes that I have with me since I have a day off from school. So yeah. Okay, so I wasn't planning on doing this in any specific order, but I think I'm going to start by brand and just give you guys my overall general opinion of each palette and why I have them in my collection. Okay, first we're going to start off with Colourpop. And I actually have a lot more 9 pans than I currently have with me because, you know, 2 houses. But I guess we'll start off with the 9 pans that I do have with me. So first off, I have Cherry Crush, which honestly, this is such a pretty palette. It's very versatile. It's all of like, I guess like my favorite shades of red. I think that a lot of these 9 pans from Colourpop have like the perfect amount of shimmers, balanced of shimmers to mattes, and I don't know, they're just really great palettes to have, especially if you want like a single shade type of color. So I also have like Cloud Spun from Colourpop. This one, these are both relatively new to my collection, but just in general with the 9 pans, they have a good amount of like mattes that you can use and then a good amount of shimmers. So this one is Cloud Spun, right? So it has a pressed glitter, which not all of the 9 pans have, but I think that it's nice that they toss in pressed glitters every once in a while. And then I also have this set, which is basically all their like pastel palettes. I'm actually missing one. I'm actually missing Miss Bliss with me right now. It's at my other house, but I have RN Out and In a Trance. And these 2 palettes, I don't know if you can see them, but they're so pretty. And they have mirrors, but obviously they all have mirrors too. So like depending on the different packaging that you get, some of them have mirrors and some of them don't. So RN Out is this beautiful like blue-green palette. It's so pretty. It has 1 pressed glitter and 5 beautiful matte shimmery shades. And then it has, I don't know, it's such a pretty like green teal pastel palette, and it has like just these really buttery soft mattes that I absolutely love. And In a Trance is really similar when it comes to that. It has like your mattes, it has shimmers, and it has 1 pressed glitter. Again, also just really versatile shades and perfect for spring. And since spring is coming up a little bit faster than I thought it would, it's perfect, and I can't wait to dip into this because I got it in the middle of winter, so wasn't really able to use it. And finally, we have my first ever palette from Colourpop. It's the Midnight Masquerade palette, and can we just give a second for this packaging? So, okay, this palette has the prettiest packaging of all time. It has all of the princesses just like right there in the front. It's so pretty. It's such a darling palette, and it's actually like a bigger size than what I'm used to from Colourpop. So, okay, this has a lot of really solid matte shades that are like really versatile to use. So like I've done neutral looks with this palette, I've done like pink looks, I've done so much with this palette, and I haven't actually dipped into it in a while. I really like the shades Damsel, Pip, and Enchanted. So these like 3 matte shades are the ones that I dip into the most. They're so pretty. Quasimodo and a lot of the shades in the bottom row I also like to dip into. But I have to say my favorite shade is probably Spinning Wheel. It's just this beautiful monochrome like shimmer. I don't even know how to describe it, but like that's what it looks like. It's so pretty. I love using it in like my inner corner to give like that pop of pink and like purple duochrome. It's so stunning. And so that's probably my favorite from Midnight Masquerade. And then we have Give It To Me Straight. And when I say that this palette perfectly complements my eyes, I don't know what's in it, but when you open it up, it looks like a bunch of muted tone like pinks and browns. But when you put it on your face, it's like this champagne rosy kind of color. I used it on my New Year's look. All the shades are just so stunning, and I don't know what's up with this palette, but it has it's very much become like one of my favorite neutral palettes from Colourpop because it's so versatile. And I have like green and brown and gold in my eyes, and for some reason the shades in this palette pick that up perfectly, and they make my eyes look really good and they make them pop. And I don't know, it's just such a pretty palette to use. And so yeah, those are kind of all of the Colourpop ones that I have in my desk for now. I have more, and I'm planning on doing like a full tour sometime in the future, but this is just like a short little one. Okay, the next category I guess you could call it is all of my mini palettes, so like all of like my 4 shades, things like that. So first we're gonna start off with my NYX SFX cream color palette. So this palette, okay, I need more because I use up the white ones so much for the bases and all of my looks, and I want to get some more like cream face paint kind of stuff, and maybe even some water activated so I can do more face paint looks. But this is just really great. You can use it for a lot of different things. You can use it as your base for your eyes and things like that. So really recommend something if you want to look into starting face paint and things like that. Then next I have this Wet n Wild like glitter kind of palette. I don't use it very often just because I don't love glitter because it gets all over the place and it's really hard to take off. But I guess these have some like pretty solid glitter shimmery shades. I think the one I dipped into the most, this like silvery kind of shade, and the gold one I used on my her name is Calliope, Eliana. Her name is Calliope. On one of my muse's looks, the one with the wings, I cannot remember the name of the muse right now, but yeah, that was the one I used. And then I have like my Estée Lauder mini palette, so I have more of these. I have at least like 4 of these, but they're just like mini palettes that have like 4 shades, and then I have like a mirror, really simple. I used to use these a lot more than I do now. I just don't use them as much now because like I have more versatile shades, but sometimes I like pick out specific shades. So like this one has like the purples and things like that. There's like a shimmery one. And I guess I dip into like the deep colors a lot just because some of my palettes like have like that deep color, but they blend out really well. So then like that richness in like a smoky eye is lost. So then I dip into some of these darker Estee Lauder shades to just deepen up the crease a bit. Let's see, then I have this one from CoverGirl. It's really simple. I haven't dipped in this one in forever. It's like their neutrals palette, and so honestly these shades aren't super pigmented. Like I remember the last time I worked with one was like Christmas, Thanksgiving time last year. Like that's the last time I specifically remember dipping into it, and it took me a while to like blend in like the darkest shade just because it wasn't super pigmented. I mean, I still have it, and it's like probably good to use on the go, but like I just don't use it that often. Okay, and finally are my Morphe palettes. These two I got very recently. It's the Morphe Lavendaze 9-pan palette, and then it's the Jaclyn Hill Dark Magic palette. I haven't been able to dip into these super often, like they're kind of new to like my collection, but I actually really like that they both have like mirrors in them, because I feel like a lot of time with like palettes you don't get like that mirror, and like I kind of need that. That's kind of one of the things that I enjoy the most. Packaging is really simple. I have a couple more. I have 2 more Morphe palettes. I think they're the really big ones. I have the Pride one, and then I have the Avani one, and those are like my colorful palettes that I have, but the ones from Morphe. So I guess with Jaclyn Hill, it's just like super basic green shades and things like that. It's, I don't know, it has like dark greens and like a couple neutral shades. I really like to dip into the dark like teal one right here called Inside Job, because it matches with a lot of the shirts and things that I own, and same with this shimmery green shade called Trickery. Those are the ones I've dipped into. I haven't dipped into a couple of them, but I just did like green eyeliner with the shade Inside Job, and it just went really well with some of my outfits. So I'm excited to use this more just because, I don't know, it seems like a very wintry palette. Okay, and Lavendaze. Out of all of the purple palettes that I own, I have to say that I like Colourpop's Lilac You a lot better, which is at the other house, which is at my other house, so I don't have it with me. But I don't know, this is more like cool toned purples, and it's just not, like, it's pretty and I'll use it, but, and also some of the shades didn't blend very well. I don't know, I just wish it could be more pigmented and have like more depth to the colors, if that makes sense. Okay, so you guys, that's kind of my palette collection right now. I'm gonna be, I kind of want to do like a full one, maybe later on, sometime in the next couple of months when I add palettes to my collection. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed watching. If you want to, subscribe and follow my Instagram, Makeup.by for more. And yeah, see you guys soon.